Perceivant is an innovative 21st century learning platform that pulls in data analytics, mobile application, and an innovative learning management system kind of all under one roof. That's easy to use for students and easy to use and enjoyable for faculty.
We're trying to make the in-classroom experience better for the student and the teacher. That we make it as easy as possible for the teacher to implement their course, and that we make it as easy for the student to be successful. And we do all that at a price point lower than everything else in the market.
Perceivant really is the whole package from start to finish. So say an instructor knows that they've been assigned a topic that they have to teach on. They might not have ever done it before, or they might be an expert in the field, whatever it may be. If they want to write their own custom content, we'll take that and put it into courseware for them. If it's something that we already have, we'll implement it however they want. We can customize so much, and we do it so quickly. That's the other really cool part about it. You don't have to wait for the next iteration of a printed book to come out. Like, we can do it on the fly almost immediately. Like, oh, hey, this statistic, we just got a new report, it's been updated. I can go in and I can update it real quick, and that pushes out to all students.
So my favorite part of using the courseware for teaching is its ease of use and how it is able to simplify some complex content.
If you're able to go to school and get an education and learn the things you need to learn, you know, you're going to live well. You're going to live a better life. And it's not just the health-related aspect of our initial health courseware. It is everything that comes along with having a college degree and being an educated professional in the world. You're going to learn to live well. But going forward, we're really focused on liberal arts curriculum, classes that students would take in their freshman and sophomore year primarily, classes where the student-teacher ratios are greater than maybe your 300 level classes where you may have one teacher for 30 students. And you know, what we're helping teachers is manage larger and larger numbers of students more effectively.
You know, right now we have a handful of courses, but next year at this time, I hope we have an order of magnitude more courses. Because with that, we can enrich more students' lives and just make things better for more students and have just a larger impact.
New technology has to be really straightforward and easy to have a very short learning curve, or they just give up. And that's just a generational thing at some level. That is just what they're used to now. It's like everything is easy to use right out of the box. Accessibility is super important to us just because not everyone's the same, and not everyone learns the same or can learn the same. So we work really hard to make our materials accessible. Schools are being pushed. There are some things happening in the next few years where they have to be accessible. All their materials that they use have to be accessible, so we're just trying to jump in front of that to make sure that we can be a go-to source for them. Help or support is one of our #1 priorities. We don't think that anyone should really have to wait for answers. Our goal is to make everyone successful, so we pride ourselves on how vast our support is.
The ease at which they can hit the help button and get directed to somebody who can solve their problem quickly has been really useful.
So Perceivant, we focus on both the instructor and the students. So making sure that we have a usable interface for the teachers and how they go about their course, but also on the same end designed just as well for the students and how they complete their courseware and stepping through that. So we like to focus on both, and they come together in this nice one interface for everyone to use.
The self-grading is crucial. A lot of competitors' products say they have self-grading or have a version of self-grading, and from my experience, the self-grading component of Perceivant's product is wonderful and continues to develop.
We have many studies that we've done and others have done that prove our software helps students learn at a higher rate and improves scores.
We have a case study out which goes with KSU, which is a 2-year study where the DFW rate, which is the number of D's, F's, and withdrawals in a class, was reduced by about 50%. But the important thing about that is the assessment quality of the education received during that time period was never degraded. Primarily, we can look at, across all our schools, we can measure the engagement that the students have with the material. And that overall helps us improve the class. So we're partnering with the instructor to really analyze week to week the parts of their class that are going well and not going well, and the students that are performing well or struggling.
We're really focusing on trying to be preventative in some of those students that are failing, those at-risk students, and like preemptively figuring out who those students might be, but making it obvious to the instructor. So when the instructor logs in, that's like right in front of them. Hey, you might need to talk to student A, student B, student C, because they haven't logged in for a while, or they haven't completed a couple of their assignments, and then they can intervene and hopefully get that student help that they need to move forward.
Perceivant has a very bright future. We have some terrific partners with a variety of institutions across the country.
A lot of times we do say live an insanely different life, and that word insane sort of triggers some people. It makes them stop and think, and that's just part of it. And I think if you talk to an individual, a professional who's out in the world today, and you say, if we stripped away your college degree, what would your life be like? Wouldn't it really be insanely different? Our company, I think, as a group, believes that the pathway to getting that education and actually succeeding in that is a pathway to an insanely different life.
I feel very fortunate that Ohio State has made the choice to work with Perceivant, and I would recommend it to any other university looking for a product to use for their health and wellness classes and beyond.